You can probably tell which family member is coming upstairs by their step pattern, but wouldn't be able to pick out your own. If my own footsteps were coming down the hall towards me, I reckon I would have bigger problems on my hands. Human. Ha ha ha, animals are so dumb. Goes to war with its own species, uses up all of its resources, destroys its own environment, pollutes its own air and water. Animal. Licks its own hole. Human. Licks someone else's hole and calls it sex. Child. Is passionate about absolutely anything. Parent. Got her insulted. Teen. Hides passion because they were insulted for it. Parent. Why doesn't my child tell me anything? Must be social media. Having an Australian accent is like being sent to prison for a crime I didn't commit. Being Australian is because of a crime you didn't commit. Cruel. I was going to say, not everyone, but then I remembered that mum's side came here from an axe murderer, and dad's side some dude stole 7 horses, and that's why I'm Australian. Friendly reminder not to remove knives from stab wounds. What if I'm ready to immediately cauterize the wound? Oh, that's fine then. Good luck cauterizing an internal arterial hemorrhage. Discourse in the stab wound fandom. I want LGBT on a t-shirt please. LGBT. No thanks, Satan. I don't celebrate your birthday. No, but real talk okay. I went to school in Georgia, and I even had teachers telling me that I shouldn't celebrate Halloween because it was the devil's birthday, and I got suspended for 4 days because I wrote an essay entitled "You're All Dumb, the Devil Wasn't Even Born, the story of All Hallows Eve," and I talked about the history of Halloween, how it was a pagan celebration to venerate and appease the dead, and how the devil was technically an angel that was cast from heaven, and because angels were created by God, they weren't born, therefore the devil couldn't have a birthday. My principal was so concerned for me because I was in 3rd grade, and he got mad at my mom for raising such a disrespectful, hedonistic child. She bought me ice cream and let me watch cartoons while I was out of school. Does that principal even know what hedonistic means? Coca-Cola equals goes with a cheeseburger. Pepsi equals goes with a slice of pizza. What would be a good pairing for Dr. Pepper? Feet. This makes me want to throw a flashbang into a room of epileptic kids. How is it that I've lived in Hawaii for 9 years, been learning Hawaiian words, and speaking pidgin back to my local friends for 9 years, know how to say significantly more complex Hawaiian phrases, and yet I had to turn over a Puna Brewing Company bottle cap to find out that Lilo means lost. And now my heart is busted. I just added this to my queue, and then I had to go in and find it again cause I had a thought. Lilo and Stitch. Lost and pulled together. All I'm asking is just once let someone in the movies keep a bad haircut, angrily hacks off hair with knife. Perfectly styled pixie cut next scene. I'm all for this, but I'm also in love with the comedic mental image of a person hacking off their hair in an intense scene, followed by a cutaway gag of them sitting awkwardly in a barber shop with a horrible hack job, waiting their turn. I accept this version only. Toto. I miss Kansas. I miss the rains down in Africa. I came here to shpost, and shpost I will. I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Litter again. I'll break your fucking knees. Don't do it. I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Litter again, and I'll sell your kidneys. Lemony Snicket voice. The word poison here can mean many things. Poison may literally refer to the presence of an unwashed llama in a stream from which a nearby village likely collects its drinking water. Likewise, it may figuratively refer to the effect of greed and isolation on the priorities of a young ruler, or the machinations of a villainous royal advisor on the health and well-being of said young ruler. In this case, however, poison most literally refers to the poison for Cusco, the poison chosen especially to kill Cusco, Cusco's poison. That poison. Some girl in my class was talking about McDonald's Shamrock Shakes, and this yeehaw dude in cowboy boots said they suck, and then he looked me in the eyes and said, "What you're gonna do is go to Arby's and get yourself a mint chocolate chip shake." And he said it with such authority and certainty that I did so as soon as I got in my car. I see your concern y'all, but this wasn't a man telling me what to do. This is a man who had important knowledge and shared it with me. He was aiding me on a quest I didn't even know I was on. You fool, that was RB himself. In the 1950s, one of the journalists criticized Marilyn Monroe, saying that she's only beautiful because of her fancy dresses/clothes. Then she did this photoshoot wearing a potato sack as a response. Straight savagery. Guess you can say she's a hot potato. I have to tell you something that will lower your entire opinion of me. When I was 12, I made flyers for my fanfiction and handed them out at train station. I'm blown away by the sheer confidence this act required. If anything, my opinion has been raised. The poise, the fearlessness, the laughing in the face of death. I'm speechless. Boys born after 1810 don't know how to cook. All they know is romantic poetry, consumption, dueling, massive sleeves and lie. This variant of the golden tail/bastard moray is known as the banana eel due to its coloration and markings resembling a ripe banana. Sorry, the what? The what moray? Scientist. Let's call you the golden tail banana eel. Bites scientist. Scientist. Okay, motherfucker, new idea. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. He has arrived. I hope that one day I will finally be okay. I'll make a cherry pie when it is all over. Today is the day. The fact that pro-monarchy arguments have degenerated over the past few centuries, from the king rules by divine right and is accountable to nobody but God, to the royals generate a lot of income from tourism, will never stop being extremely funny to me. The monarchs, but the castles? Oh, the castles are positively lush with rats. Delete this account immediately. Watching Invaderism feels like looking back at a powerful and ancient civilization, which kickstarted society as we know it, but the society as we know it is zero style random humor. Like you watch it, and G makes a tacos joke, and your first thought is, haha, they must have been influenced by the humor of the time. But no, then you remember Zim was before all that, it was the birth mother, the alpha and the omega, Zim did it first. Pregat equals fertile. Pragnant equals 1 to 3 months. Prenat equals 4 to 5 months. Pregonant equals 6 to 7 months. Pregant equals 8 to 9 months. Pregnant equals overdue. What about pregnant? False pregnancy. Here's a blog, Lemon Skittle so. It's Monday, let's get on it, guys. Why do you want to be a comedian? The free stool with a glass of water on it. Why is millennial humor so weird? Comedy that appeals to young people can be surreal and dark, and completely meaningless. Ah, yes. Enslaved moisture. Drinks water. Prison transfer. Me, dumping a load of freshly washed, but unfolded laundry on my bed. Boy, I'm sure gonna be pissed about this when I want to go to bed. Life hack. Use video games to shut down your higher brain functions, so you can't comprehend your permanent state of total dissatisfaction with your life. Dorm rooms at uni are either tightly micromanaged little ecosystems, or a junkyard with a Liliachty soundtrack. This is my favorite episode of Bleach. This is clearly Solita. Gay culture is trying to telepathically communicate to visibly gay people you see in public that you're one of them. Hey there, fellow gays, it's me, another gay. Using a hollowed out coffee pod as a mold. I've trapped Peanut Sonic in a resin prison. He can never go fast again. He's eternally silenced. Steampunk. Gender swapped. Joker in a Willy Wonka hat. Congratulations, you've made trying too hard into an art form. Oh my god, if you're going to judge someone's cosplay, you better learn your fucking because this is Dewey a Dent, you goddamn holes. Ahahaha. Perpetually laughing over the fact that real gamer/comic book nerd males keep insulting women for cosplaying things they've never even heard of. Who's the fake geek now? Fcus, make it viral. There are two kinds of people. People who support their friends and want them to be happy, even it means they get friend zoned. And people who burn down all of Paris. Don't be the dude burning down Paris. All kids these days care about worm on a string, lemon demon, be transgender, eat hot chip and lie. What's he doing? His best. I had a dream where the hottest meme on Tumblr was like posts where you listed off people who should be prioritized for safety if the Great Flood happens again, like Noah's Ark, and it got to the point where they would span for hours and hours down your dash listing more and more obscure traits like people who have had a front tooth removed but never had a filling and people who stood in dog last Saturday. When you get a master's degree, you're allowed to respond to your professor's emails with, "Okay, love you." Sir, that's my emotional support gardener. The picture won't load. Please tell me that's Frodo. Good news. It's Frodo. Pennywise? More like penniless. Get a job, you freak. Milk Walker. It knows you. All ye who travel to the fridge at an ungodly hour for a dairy beverage become a Milk Walker. A flock of lawn flamingos can pick a T-Rex clean in under 90 seconds. Nature is brutal. Dumps a bucket of ice water on your head. Sorry dude, but you were yearning again. Bonks you with the comically large mallet. Bro, you gotta stop all the pining. Girls in movies. Ripping people to shreds with their teeth. Traveling in swarms. Protecting ancient rivers filled with treasure and danger. Girls IRL. Swimming peacefully might nibble you if you're a bastard. RF. It seems I've gotten girls and piranhas mixed up again.